Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 19 of April 2023. Essence. Sweet children, you have to go back to your sweet home. Therefore, end your accounts of give and take with the old world and settle your karmic accounts. Become conquerors of sinful actions with the power of yoga. Question: why do you children become lighthouses and have yoga with the Father? Answer: because you have to take everyone across the salty channel of this hell. You sit in yoga in order to give everyone a searchlight and also to go to the land of liberation and the liberation in life. You are also spiritual guides. You have to show everyone the way to your sweet home. Give everyone the wings of knowledge and yoga. Song: O beloved, come and meet me. Om Shanti. It has been explained to you children that when the night becomes totally dark, the beloved of you lovers comes, that is, the bridegroom of you brides comes. Why are you called brides? Because when your souls are with those bodies, you are brides. You brides remember your bodiless bridegroom. The Father says, you children know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul comes from the Supreme Abode, enters this body and teaches you. He tells you deep things. The Father has explained, children, consider yourselves to be bodiless. I am a soul, this is my body. The soul has developed the faith that it is now extremely dark. That is, the world is now Tamo Pradhan. This world is now to be destroyed. The Father has come to take us back. There will be dead silence when you go back in the bodiless stage. When a soul becomes bodiless, there is dead silence in that home. At night, the soul is in the body, but the soul is tired and therefore becomes bodiless. He doesn't have awareness of the body, and that is called sleep. You children have to sit here and consider yourselves to be bodiless. So there will then be the peace of dead silence. You will understand that you are sitting here bodiless. When even one person goes away from a home, there is such silence without that person. So when all these souls leave and everyone's body is destroyed, there will be so much dead silence. Millions of people will die. That is your unlimited home. All souls will return home. You know that the Father is the ocean of knowledge. If He were omnipresent, everyone would be the ocean of knowledge and the purifier. However, it is not like that. The Father sits here and speaks to you children. Just as I, the Supreme Soul, am a star, so you too are stars. It is just that I don't enter birth and death, whereas you have to go into rebirth and play your parts of 84 births. Just as you are souls, I too am a soul. But each one's praise is individual. President and Prime Minister each has his own part. In the same way, my part too is different. I am knowledgeful. I now give knowledge to you children. You know that you are going to Baba's home. Baba has come to take us back. Baba is our guide and liberator and liberate us from sorrow. You are the Pandava army. You know that we are on a pilgrimage. Our guide is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul Himself. You show everyone the path. So you Brahmins too are spiritual guides. Those Brahmins are physical guides. You have to ask everyone if they will go on the pilgrimage with you. Ask your friends and relatives, etc. Will you go on this spiritual pilgrimage? For instance, when someone goes on a pilgrimage, he asks all his close family whether they will also go on the pilgrimage with him. Similarly, the Father asks you, will you go on this pilgrimage? Only the spiritual guide can teach this spiritual pilgrimage. He alone knows the way to the sweet home. Physical guides can become spiritual, but the spiritual guide cannot become physical. The Father would not tell you to go on physical pilgrimages. You can only become a guide to a place when you have already seen it before. There isn't anyone who has less seen the sweet home and can take you there. They don't even know the sweet home. The wings of souls have been cut off. Souls can't receive wings until the Father comes. No one can mend them until then. Only by having yoga will you receive wings. Everyone has to return. Some become conquerors of sin with the power of yoga, and some settle their karmic accounts with punishment. All the karmic accounts of sorrow are to be settled. This too is fixed in the drama. When you are in a womb, you have a vision of the sins you have committed, and you experience punishment in the womb and then come out. Now countless people are to die. All have to settle their karmic accounts. By finishing your account of give and take with the old world, you are now accumulating your karma for the new world. The Father says, stay in yoga and your sins will be absolved. Then by spinning the discus of self-realization, you will accumulate a lot of wealth. You receive health by having yoga and wealth by studying knowledge. To the extent that you remember the Father, accordingly, you will receive a body that is free from diseases. The world doesn't know these things. They consider Vishnu to be spinner of the discus of self-realization. They have given him the conch shell, discus, mace and lotus, etc. He doesn't have to blow a conch shell. You have this conch shell, you blow it, you say Man Mana Bhav, Madhyaji Bhav. It is so easy. You are lighthouses. You show everyone the path to the land of liberation, and then you will go to the land of liberation in life. You have yoga and give a searchlight to take everyone across the salty channel of hell. You have to go to the land of liberation. You then give the searchlight to go to the land of liberation in life. This is the unlimited drama which continues to move like a lotus, move like a laws. We are actors and we have parts of 84 births in this drama. No one knows that God came and taught us easy Raja Yoga. God has to come at the confluence age of each cycle. You now know that you met him at the confluence age of the previous cycle and that you will continue to meet him. Many children will meet him. Some children are influenced by bad company and thereby stop studying. While moving along, their hearts becomes attached to others and the intoxication of the study is lost. There is very good intoxication of studying in celibacy. Only a few rare ones take up a study after marriage. Some pass those studies very well, whereas others take time because by indulging in vice they are unable to imbibe it. A soul imbibes a worldly education or this spiritual education. The sanskars of becoming a barrister are in a soul, and so that soul carries those sanskars with him. That soul then takes birth and studies to become a barrister again. You don't need to study to become an engineer or a barrister, etc. there. Your intellect automatically remains Satupradhan there. You know that just as you built palaces in the previous cycle, so you will begin to build them again in the same way. The drama will make you do the same thing again that you did in the previous cycle. You won't have to make effort. However, you will have to learn the language. There you will go to school, etc. in Vimans, brackets small aeroplanes. The houses there are very big. One home will be as big as the area of the whole of Abu. Then there would be another palace of similar size at Abu Road, brackets that much distance apart. There is a lot of land there. Even the subjects would have a lot of land. They too would have big palaces. Look how many people there are in Bombay now. Bombay will not remain. There won't be Karachi. Everyone will live by the banks of the sweet rivers. All the rivers will flow under control. None of them would even dare to overflow. All the elements, etc. will be in order. You are conquering the elements. You even rule the 5 elements. They will never cause mischief. Therefore, you have to follow the Father's Srimad. The Father says lust is the greatest enemy. Conquer it. Otherwise, you won't receive the inheritance. If you fail at this time, you will fail every cycle and you won't then receive another chance. When a student fails in the worldly education, he studies again. You won't receive that chance here. This is the chance of every cycle. The attainment is very high. You have to explain. Sannyasis say that it is impossible for both to remain pure. Tell them, no, it is possible. Why is it impossible for sannyasis? Because theirs is Hatha Yoga. They renounce their homes and families and go away. Then that same Sankaracharya will come. Bharat begins to become impure, and so the sannyasis come and support it. They receive the fruit of that one's, brackets Sankaracharya's, service, in that they become gurus of even the government. The respect for you children is the greatest. No one else can have the income that you have. Even by giving 1 paisa, poor ones receive a palace. You see the instant fruit in divine visions. The bestower of divine visions comes and teaches you. How else would you know about your aim and objective? This is why visions are given to mothers. Meera did so much tapasya, but she was unable to become a master of paradise. The Father says, I am the one who grants visions. By receiving a divine drishti for a second, you go and dance in paradise. There is no question of tapasya, etc. in that. People on the path of devotion have visions after doing a lot of intense devotion. I hold the key to divine visions in my hand. I don't give it to anyone. On the path of devotion, I grant visions while sitting there, brackets in the home, whereas I make you children the masters of the world. There are many types of people in the world. Some are engrossed in wealth. Some are engrossed in science and others are engrossed in something else. However, compared to you, all of that is not worth a penny. Everyone's wealth is to turn to dust. Everything will turn to ashes. Some people's wealth will remain buried underground. Many thieves will also loot it. Each and everyone loves those who are the same as themselves. As soon as they see others, they become hot-tempered. Day by day, you will see how so many people will continue to be killed. People want everyone to go back to their own birthplace, brackets country, and so they deport them from their own country. You children claim your inheritance by remembering the Father. You know that you are bodiless souls. You have now completed your parts of 84 births. There are billions of souls. Baba would not tell you the life story of each one of them. He would only tell you the story of the main ones. You are the main ones. Your temples have been built. There would be many children of Jagadamba and Jagatpita. There is also the memorial of paradise. Their living temple is in the golden age. Not all the actors of heaven can be accommodated in the non-living temples. The temples are just a memorial in the form of a model. The temple to Lakshmi and Narayan is so small. In the golden age, the living temple will be so big. There will be so many gardens and parks. The Mughal gardens are nothing compared to those gardens. The fruit etc. there will be so good. Don't even ask. There is the difference of day and night. As a tree grows old, it begins to die after bearing fruit. It is then said that the tree has decayed. Everything of this place has to end. Mangoes there will be first class. You are now establishing your kingdom by following Srimad. So you have to follow Srimad. You also have to become pure. There is nothing difficult about this. By becoming pure for one birth, you will rule a kingdom in heaven for 21 births. Who would be such that they wouldn't become pure and follow Srimad? You know that Bharat was the land of truth. There was the true kingdom there. This is now the land of falsehood. People continue to tell lies about everything. They say so and so merged into the light or went to the land of Nirvana. You now know that the land of Nirvana is the place of residence. You tell everything accurately. The Father is called the Truth. He establishes the land of truth. Devotees remember God for birth after birth, but they don't know God. That beloved now gives you children your fortune of the kingdom and hide himself away. This is why it is said, only you know your ways and means. Therefore, surely no one else knows them. O God, only you know your ways and means. No one else can know them. What happens following Srimad? You receive liberation and salvation. Only you know this. The Father is now giving you children Srimad. Consider yourselves to be souls and remember me. Would a teacher promise that he would enable the student to sit on the seat of a barrister? Students themselves study and sit on the seat of a barrister. The Father says, to the extent that you remember me, you will accordingly be liberated from all your sins with this yoga. By remembering me, it is as though you souls are coming to me. You also have to keep your charts. Some people's charts would be of half an hour, and others would have charts of 1.25 hours. Some will not have charts of even 5 minutes. Some have very good charts. You will have visions of this at school. Teachers and students themselves would understand how many marks they will get. You cannot be made to sit number wise here. You would then become disheartened. This is why the rosary cannot be created now. Maya makes even good ones fluctuate. If you don't follow Srimad, Maya will punch you. This requires effort. We are all now going to the Supreme Abode. Our 84 births are complete. Baba has come to take us back. Therefore, you have to remember the Father. You also have to give others this mantra. You don't have to chant any mantras. Gurus give many different types of mantras. The Father says, remember your beloved. The beloved has come to the lovers. Souls of the whole world are the lovers who remember him. Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Number 1. Never become influenced by bad company and stop studying. Do not attach your heart to bodily beings. Second, the way to become liberated from performing a sin is to have remembrance. Therefore, definitely keep a chart of remembrance. Promise yourself that you will stay in remembrance. Blessing. May you become a double light angel and always stay light by transforming mine into yours. While walking and moving around, always have the awareness I am an angel. What are the forms of angels? What are their words? What are their actions? Keep this constantly in your awareness, because since you belong to the Father, since you have made everything mine into yours, you have become light. In order to fulfill this aim constantly, always remember just the one expression. Everything belongs to the Father, nothing is mine. Wherever you used the word mine, now use yours. You will not then feel any burden. You will continue to fly constantly in the flying stage. Slogan: wear the garland hard to surrender balihar yourself to the Father, and you will not be defeated har khana by Maya. Om Shanti.